installment of my life coaching series that's called Wow Works. Thank you so much for your time. Hope you've had an enjoyable Wednesday. It's been really enjoyable for me as I am plodding along on my vacation. So my name is James W. Falcon, and I've been building a network called Encouragement is Key for the past 6 years. And the network that I'm building focuses exclusively on providing encouragement, inspiration, motivation, clarity, training, resource support, research support. And what I do is I provide these things to individuals, to couples, and to leaders and team members in the workplace. It is a joy and it's a passion. Now, I say all of that because I want to introduce myself to those of you that I do not know, and for those of you that don't know me. But I also mention all of those things because the building of this network is an important element in what I want to share with you this afternoon. This is segment number 2 of what I'm calling Wow Works. Wow Works is a topic that I have been threatening to deliver here on Periscope for a number of months, and I'm just getting around to being able to do that. And Wow Works is very simply this. It's the thing that you enjoy doing that really pumps your heart, gets your blood, pumping in your body. It's exciting. I explained it on the very first broadcast yesterday as, I remember when I was in grade school. I was such a geek and such a nerd as it relates to school. Always loved every year of schooling I had. But I remember when I was in grade school how I loved science, I loved social studies, I loved art, I loved music, I loved just about every subject that I had except for math and sometimes English. But I remember when the buzzer would go off and we would finish lunch and we would all line up and make that beeline for the playground for recess. I remember coming out of those doors of the school, and you couldn't tell me that I didn't have long blonde hair blowing in the wind as I ran across the parking lot, or at least it felt that way. And my point was, it was just very refreshing to be out in the air, whether it was cold or hot, to be on the parking lot. I so looked forward to recess. And here I am now, an adult, 46 years old, with tons of responsibilities as only adulthood can bring. And the thing that I am very excited about is the fact that I can continue to stay excited, motivated, encouraged, that I can continue to be in a state of mind that will allow me to be excited about the things that I see, say, and do. So Wow Works is us as adults investing in something that's going to get our blood pumping and going to get us excited. I want to invite you to check me out on my YouTube channel at James W. Falcon, where you can view and enjoy the very first segment of Wow Works on my YouTube page. Check it out. Tons of information. It was only about 15 minutes long, as this is going to be, but too much information to cover today. Too much information to even talk about in a review format. So check that out, and it'll give you the basis for what I'm doing today and going forward. Also, I want to invite you to visit me on my Facebook page, Encouragement is Key, because there I posted just a few hours ago the schedule for the remaining segments and when I'm going to air them on Periscope. So go out to Encouragement is Key, Encouragement is Key, the Facebook page. You can get a chance to see the schedule for how I'm going to deliver the next 3 segments of Wow Works. I like to do life coaching segments and life coaching topics. I like to do them in clusters of 5, typically over a 5-day time frame. So it's typically the what and how I like to deliver things. Okay, so I gave you keys yesterday. Today I want to give you some additional keys because I'm billing this, I'm marketing this, I'm publishing this on my social media sites as how you can remain healthy, how can you get healthy? I'm talking about mentally, emotionally, psychologically, spiritually, and even financially. How can you become a healthy human being, and how can you maintain that healthy perspective? In 2010, I crashed and burned, had a nervous breakdown, went through a number of changes, and I was the furthest thing from healthy. Since then, I have learned how to focus my time and my energy. I've learned how to reconnect. I've learned how to stay healthy, and it's been because of this simple principle. I have projects that I work on that are apart from my responsibility as a parent, apart from my responsibility as a grandparent, apart from my responsibility as a godparent, apart from the responsibility I have as a paid professional on my job, apart from the responsibility that I have in the faith and the religious conviction in which I serve. So nothing else drives what it is I do with these special projects. And my special projects, singular then plural, is this network that I've been building called Encouragement is Key. I wanted to make sure that I got really hairline deep in helping other people. And it's been a joy and excitement. I can't wait to get home from work. I can't wait to get to the weekend. I can't wait to wake up. I can't wait till I have those hours in the wee times of the night when everybody's asleep and it's just me. I can't wait to get to these time frames so I can invest in these projects. And for me, my wow works is the fact that I have you in mind. I'm thinking about you. I'm thinking about what you would need to be motivated, encouraged, and inspired. And those are the things that inspire me. That's my wow works. Wow, meaning what is it that I can do, and like what excites me? So it's the wow factor, and it works because it's some kind of a project or hobby, etc. So what I want to invite you to do, the key that I want to share with you today, is you thinking through selecting the right hobby or project. What would that be for you? Well, what excites you? What is it that you would like to do with your spare time? What is it that if you could dial down the demands of everything else in your life that you would prefer to do? What is it that if you got paid for it or not, you would still enjoy doing that? So one of the things that I want to share with you as you examine those thoughts is these things. Now, how do you get to your wow work? Well, I can tell you what I did. I took a number of tests, those personality tests online. I love those things. I'm such a geek. So I've taken a number of those personality tests to be able to figure out, well, what are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? How does my the right side of my brain work versus the left side? Am I more an intuitive person? Am I more cognitive based? So there are a number of these tests that are out there that will give you some insight into who you are. I want to invite you and even challenge you. Seek some of those tests out there. Free. You can find them online. Please don't pay for them. And it'll give you some insight. The other thing is take a look at what the things are in your lives that are maybe deficiencies, things that you want to improve, things that you want to do better, or take a look at what some of the deficiencies are in the lives of people around you. It's not saying that you or they or I am broken. It's not that. But we all have strengths and weaknesses. So, when you look at the lives of the people around you, is there a particular, for lack of a better word, deficiency or area of opportunity? Is there a group of people in your life where there's one thing that they could all use, or one thing that would be the prevailing thing that they might all want to buy? And I'm not, trust me, what I'm about to tell you, it's just the first thing that comes to mind. I am not a Kardashians follower or fan, but I remember seeing somewhere that Kim Kardashian started off as a personal organizer for the stars. It's a great opportunity to try to get into, meeting famous people and all that kind of jazz. But the point is that you had so many people, wealthy as they could be, but they didn't have an organizing system. They had tons of money, tons of space, and she was able to capitalize on that. God, I can't even believe I actually used that as an example. But anyway, the point is that looking at the lives of people around you, what's the thing that you feel they could use some help in? Okay? So that's something I want you to think about. All right. So as you do that, I want you to begin to craft that thought. And here's what I want you to do. I want you to start the research. Go online. Go visit places, visit shops, just to get yourself an idea of what it is you want to do. Because remember, every time you pull up a web page, an online store, you visit a shop, you talk to someone, you're making an investment, and it should be in a topic concerning a particular way of thinking that totally gets you pumped. Stay in that lane, because at the end of it all, when you go from the research to the actual output phase, when you get to be where I am 6 years into it, and you've built a network, or you have the hobby, or you have the portfolio with all of your sewing projects, your knitting. I mean, it could be from the mundane to the elaborate. It doesn't matter. It's what excites you. At the end of it all, you want to make sure that every layer you add, every minute you invest, you are totally pumped about that investment, because this is the wow factor. Remember what it felt like to finish your classwork. You did all the reading, whatever your challenges were scholastically in grade school. Remember what it felt like to hit the schoolyard and to run as fast as you could across the parking lot to the dodgeball area, the football area, the basketball hoops, the monkey bars, the sliding board, the swings. Do you remember that? Do you remember being the first to use that equipment? Man, I remember those days, and it excites me. And when I get home, when I get in front of the camera here for Periscope, you see me looking off here to the left because I've written some notes. When I get a chance to write down notes, yeah, I still use these marble notebooks, believe it or not. When I write down notes as I prepare something that I'm going to post on Facebook, or something I'm going to do in front of a camera, or something I'm going to say in front of a group of live people, or just writing poetry, performing poetry, when I start crafting that, it thrills me, and I hope and I want it to thrill you too. James W. Falcon here with segment number 2 in my life coaching series called Wow Works. This is a way to live that'll keep you energetic. It'll keep you young. It'll keep you excited. It'll keep you engaged, and it'll keep you refreshed, so that you can go back to your responsibilities in your living and be excited to plug in those areas as well. 6 years later, after a tragic crash and burn situation, I am as healthy as I can be, and I'm getting healthier, and I'm getting stronger. Do I have challenges? Absolutely. Do I want to throw in the towel some days? Sure. Do I want to pack it all up and get in my car and just drive some days? Do I get to the point where I feel like I'm on the edge or the ledge again? Absolutely. Because life always presents challenges, and it doesn't seem like anybody checks with us regarding the types of challenges that we are presented with. You get hit hard sometimes. Sometimes you get hit to such a degree where it takes the legs out from under you. Sometimes you get hit in the chest to the degree, figuratively, that it takes the wind out of you. Sometimes you wonder if you're going to be able to make it through a day. Sometimes you look at your calendar and you say, oh my God, not another meeting, not another conference call, not another WebEx. I mean, I get it. I get it. But in the midst of all of that, what's the thing that you invest in that keeps your scales somewhat balanced? What do you do when your life is not balanced? What do you do when you are internalizing worry, anxiety, and frustration, anger, resentment? What do you do when you find yourself in that state of mind? Well, I tell you what I do. I go to my Wow Works, and somehow it makes my living and my perspective, my enthusiasm, it gives me the jump start I need to keep going. This has been James W. Falcon for segment number 2 of my life coaching series called Wow Works. Hey, stay with me and join me the next time around. Go out to my YouTube channel so you can hear and see and view this Periscope and the very first one, because here on Periscope you're going to get 24 hours to view this link, and then it's going to disappear. But I have downloaded those things and put them out there on my YouTube channel for your viewing pleasure from now on. There's no time limit involved, okay? So, and then also go to my Facebook page, Encouragement is Key, where you can view the schedule that I have posted of when I'm going to be broadcasting live for the next 3 segments of this series and plenty others. So I will leave you with this as I try to leave this with everybody that I'm in front of, whether via Periscope, Facebook, any of the books I write, or the poetry that I perform. Listen, friend, whatever it is you do, and however you do it, you do this. Get, be, and stay encouraged in all of that, and we'll see you again next time around. Take care.